Welcome to the Lynn Sheryl Show. I'm Lynn Sheryl.
I'm Cheryl Eisenhower. We just went live.
We'll be right back after this. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Cheryl. How are you?
I'm fine, I think.
Oh, yeah, we're here.
It's been a
Uh,
fun morning. But
oh, yeah, it has, hasn't it? I just, I'm grateful we're back, and you were out of town last week. Oh, my voice is a little horsey, more than usual. I got a frog in it or something.
well, I kick it up and go with it. But yeah, we were out. We were at a convention, and for my outdoor islands, that's what I was doing there. But I'm just to go. Let's clarify report. The treatments for the cancer is over with. So I've rung my bell. We're
Yay!
going on. So
Congratulations.
that
Very,
happened. That happened on Friday, and I left for Nashville on Monday. Not the smartest thing I've ever done, but
you're a
um,
little tired.
yeah, I was a little tired, especially trying to walk around a convention center. But that's where my title came from today. It's actually one of the books that I have out there. Will you be there? And I had just kind of put my books back in the back of my mind because I don't think about them a lot right now because I'm not taking care of elder parents. I have several out there with elder parents. They're all on Amazon. This just happens to be one of them. And this was one of the first ones I wrote about it was, will you be there? Are you the one that's going to help take care of your parents?
And
And go ahead.
you you can get that on Amazon, right?
Yeah. All they have to do is look up my name and the books will pop up.
Okay. Because
But
I'm gonna I'm gonna fix this then. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm sorry.
But what got me started with it is I ran into a young gentleman, well, anything below 50 is young. But anyway, his mother was getting older and he was early dementia. She's hitting that anxiety stage. And he asked if we could talk. And it was kind of like, so we pulled off to the side at the show and he was not upset, he was concerned. His mother was getting really clingy and he didn't know what to do with it. So they talked about assisted living, they talked about a lot of things, and she got worse and worse. And the longer we talked, I found out I got to tell him, I said, your mom's scared. She's scared of losing her youth. She's scared of losing the ability to do what she wants to do. And she's scared of just if life is changing for her. So we talked for basically about 2 hours. And I saw a guy go from just being scared to death of what was going on with his mom to a plan to go home and help her through these next couple of days or years, actually, we hope. And so for some reason, it brought all the books back, and this one especially. And I guess I just wanted to say something today, especially after the cancer scare that I had. Um, what if it hadn't have been mild? What if it hadn't have been something that hopefully we're over with? My children would have faced what I wrote in the books. But
Right.
it was written because I took care of parents. And I just want the people that are at that age, like you, that's parents are getting older, mine have all passed, the parents are getting older, and how do you cope with it and how do you help them cope with it?
Yeah. Well, my mom passed away 8 years ago now. Yeah, 8 years ago. And I didn't know she had dementia, let alone vascular dementia. And and the thing is it's dementia is something that they get lucid, and you just don't know, what's going on and stuff like that. It's very, very difficult, disease, and it's a very trying time when you're going through that. But like you said, I mean, realization is we never know when we're going to be hit with anything, and we forget that we all have expiration dates, and we take everything for granted, because sometimes it seems like you have the minutia of every day and everything's going on, and it just seems like everything's repetitive, but things do happen and things change just in a blink of eye, just like that. And so the title that we have here is the name of one of Cheryl's books that you can pick up on Amazon. And my keyboard's not working right now for me to fix that title there or whatever, but you might want to check that out. And it's one of the small books. I do have that book over here somewheres. I would have dug it out, but I want to say hi to Bob really quick. Thanks for being here. So, um, but yeah, I'm glad you wrote that little book, and it's I think Alzheimer's hits more, and dementia hits more people than they know, and there's early dementia, and a lot of people are not aware of what's going on with that. So,
Well, sometimes you put it off to old age, and that's the beginning of what it is. You know what I mean? Where are my keys? Where's this? Where's that? But then all of a sudden, it becomes where am I? They
mhm,
start forgetting where they're at. We had to take keys away from parents. We took care of Jerry's parents, step parents, and an aunt and uncle. And I had taken care of my parents prior to meeting Jerry. But the thing about it is it comes on really slow and you don't notice it in the beginning. Now we only had one that went to Alzheimer's. That was his stepmom, and the only thing I can say about Alzheimer's is the day they forget that they forgot is the best day in their life. That's the best day of the whole disease because that period before time when it's, you know, they realize somebody says, you just said that or you just did that or something. And then they realize that they forgot they did it. Then all of a sudden you realize your mind's not working at 100%.
yeah, when they're lucid, when they come in and out, yeah,
Yeah, and then one day they get where they remember nothing. The only
right,
thing, bless her heart, she remembered was her music. She was an avid player. She could play anything, chords, strings, keyboards. And so that she never forgot.
yeah. They find that music is for some reason is something that soothes the soul, no matter what happens, which gives me the chills. But it's just amazing. It's a very calming thing for them. That's just an amazing. It's I don't know scientifically. I wish I knew more a little bit more about that. But it is amazing what it's done for patients.
The vector of the brain that that's in is, they say, it's usually the last one to go. I mean,
Mm.
I can remember every word to every song that was written in the 50s and 60s, and I can't find my keys half the time. So, well, the thing about it is that's probably the cruelest disease out there is
Yeah,
Alzheimer's
yeah,
because it affects the person for a period of time before they hit that amazing day of forgetting they forgot. But then it's more of a health thing. They forget to eat, they forget to do a lot of other things. But that's when it starts taking the biggest toll on the caretaker, the son,
mhm,
the daughter, whatever. Because now you have a person that half the time does not remember who you are. That hurts. It really does. When she was, we were really, really close and she couldn't remember my name.
yeah,
Um, but that was the hardest. We've had one of them had a heart attack, one of them had this, one that, one just literally died of old age. But he never went into what I would call dementia, just older age forgetfulness, but he never got into the dementia part of it. And
yeah,
so his body gave out before his brain did, which is cruel to a person also. But
yeah.
that,
Well, what was really hard on my mom's deathbed is she had vascular dementia, and what vascular dementia was is she kept having many strokes. And so she did get to say I love you, but everything else she tried to say just she couldn't enunciate and was all gargly, so it was hard for her to say anything, but she did, get to say I love you, and that was the only thing that I could get her to, could say, and that was just, she could shake her hand and I could say yes and no and blink her eyes, but it was very difficult to be there and not communicate, her last thing. So that was very, very difficult. So, but yeah, it's a cruel thing. It's a cruel thing to go through. But so in your book, what do you share in there? I mean, what insights do you give?
Well, mainly in this one, it's more of a question: will you be there when the time comes of what's going on? More of helping you know how to deal with the moments as they come up. Some of the other ones talk about the particular diseases and things, but this one I wrote because at the time we were going through it, I had nobody to turn to.
Mhm.
So we were making up the rules as we went.
So
What,
you're kind of preparing somebody what to expect.
what
So
what to expect for the person and for themselves. It was just it was kind of a memory dump for me. I didn't put a lot of the experiences in there, but you just there's nowhere to turn. Or you think there's not. There's other people going through it, but everybody was at that time, this was years ago, everybody was just fiddling their way through this.
yeah,
Now there's more on the internet. This was before the internet came around and had all the answers,
yeah,
guys. And it just you just had nobody. So
yeah,
after it was all over with, and then the one of the others I wrote was how to take care of yourself because and it's kind of like an airplane. When stuff's going on, you need to put your mask on first.
yeah,
So I've seen many caretakers, and that be a nurse caretaker or a child caretaker, get terribly, terribly sick because of taking care of these people, because they get so emotionally involved that they're totally draining themselves
yeah.
and they have nothing left. And a lot of times the caretaker ends up getting sick because of what's going on.
Right, right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I know that I flew when they told me my mom was going to pass. I flew that night, red eye, and it was I was up all day Thursday or Friday, and I got there Saturday morning, and I stayed up Saturday morning, and I stayed with her at her bedside, and she could pass at any time, and I stayed up because I knew she could pass away. I was finally tired by Monday night till Tuesday morning. By the time I slept, she passed away that Tuesday morning. So, I mean, I just barely slept. So, and I didn't leave her side either. So, but it was easy to do. Like it was easy to realize, wow, I didn't sleep in the last few days. I mean, it was just, and I didn't barely eat. So it's just so easy to do. And I was just only there for a few days when that happened. It's just so easy to do because you're just being mindful of what's going on and not wanting to miss anything either. You just, as somebody being there, you just don't want to miss anything. So,
Yeah.
but so I do have that little book here, I think, because I think you gave me a collection of your books here, and so
Sure.
but you might want to pick that up on Amazon and check that out. So I'm glad you shared that, share it, Cheryl, and I'm glad you got to ring your bell, and I'm glad that that chapter is over and that you're doing well. And when do you need to go back for a checkup again?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay. And then what is it from there? Like 6 months or?
I do that, and then basically, I'm assuming it's a mammogram once a year at that point again, which I will make.
Oh yeah, good, good. So I'm really, really glad to hear that. And so, any final words before we start skedaddling around here?
Yeah, I didn't want this to be a morbid show for
No.
anyone. I just want people to realize that your family's there, they need you, you need them. And but take care of yourself.
Yeah. Well, it's, it seems like a simple thing, but it's not sometimes because you forget. We have a routine of brushing your teeth, getting up, doing your bed, and things like that. And it only takes one day to not, you know, run out the door, forget to brush your teeth, forget to do your bed. Next thing you know, you feel like, you're behind the eight ball of forgetting to do your bed, doing this and that. And it's really easy to forget to take care of the things you normally do for yourself. Oh, Ted, thanks for being here. I hope your health is doing well, and thanks for being here. So, hugs to you too. So yeah, just remember, take care of yourself, especially if you want to take care of others. You need to take care of yourself so that you can give of yourself the best you can, not a half-ass of yourself. So as always, Cheryl, it's always great to see you and spend this time with you. I appreciate you so much and love you even more. So, anything else you want to say before we go?
Just everybody have a great day. Wake up every morning and realize that it's special.
All right. All right. With that said, we're out of here. Bye, everybody.
You're like a